There are two sales reps that show up on every single call that you're taking. One of them is you, and the other one showed up around age 8. And that's the one that's been losing you deals. I was talking to a friend this morning about this concept, and it reminded me of a story early on in my sales career. It was actually the very first official, quote unquote, sales job that I ever got. I got hired by this corporation for an inside sales gig, and I didn't really have any experience, at least on paper. Didn't have a lot of sales training, and I went in and they gave me the job. And they decided for some reason to not do a mock call until after they hired me. And we were in training. I'll never forget this. It's a group of us in my hiring class, and we were all training and we were doing mock calls. And when it was my turn to get up and do this, I remember standing up in front of the room, and that's about all I remember. I completely blacked out. I don't think I even said anything. I'm not even sure what happened. And I just assumed at the time that I just needed more training, more practice, more reps. Luckily, they had already hired me at this point, so it was a lot harder to get rid of me. But in my mind, I was like, oh, maybe I just got nervous, just choked up, and if I just, put in the reps, then this won't happen again. And yes, I did need more training, I did need more reps, but that wasn't what it was. That's definitely not what solved the issue. The issue was this underlying program that had been installed at a young age that told my system that I was in a dangerous situation, even though I wasn't. I'm just here doing a mock call, doing what I was hired to do, no danger present, but my system didn't realize that. And throughout my career, for the next couple of years, I worked hard, I studied scripts, and I achieved a good level of success. But every once in a while, that shadow rep came out and caused me to lose a lot of deals, caused me a lot of anxiety and frustration, caused me to spend countless hours trying to memorize lines and memorize scripts instead of doing what actually mattered and focusing on connecting with the client in front of me. Luckily, I found this out eventually and addressed that. But had I known then what I know now, that would have been the focus. Figuring out what that program was that was running underneath the surface, why it was there, and then rewiring it. Not deleting it, not ignoring it or repressing it. I did that too. That definitely doesn't work. But rewiring it, showing your nervous system that it's safe to be on a sales call and to make a living and to earn money, to talk about money and anything else that might trigger this feeling of unsafety or disconnection or rejection. And so if you've ever been in a position where you're on a call and even though you know what to do, you know exactly what to say, you've practiced this a million times, but for some reason your system starts reacting in a weird way, and it causes you to either forget what you were supposed to say, start over explaining things, if it causes you to just black out like it did with me, or maybe it causes you to avoid certain questions or certain situations or ignore things. Maybe you leave a call and you feel really anxious and you start distracting yourself or numbing yourself because of it. All of these things point to this shadow rep rearing its head, coming out, and it's just not conducive to a sustainable sales career. It's also a very quick way to burn out when you're constantly resisting this inner sensation that keeps coming up and not addressing it. So that's why the work I do focuses on this, first of all. Unfortunately, most sales training out there doesn't even address this at all. They just talk about different scripts and different tactics, different ways of handling objections, different questions that are needed. And all those are good things, but if you're just stacking those on top of a system that feels unsafe or unworthy of making money or any other number of things, then it's always going to be a lot harder than it needs to be. Sales doesn't have to be hard. can be easy. And maybe easy is a tough word there, but it can feel natural. You don't have to go through all the inner resistance that comes up in some of these situations for seemingly no reason. So on your next call, just be mindful of this. First step is awareness. Once you can start to find these and notice these patterns that pop up in real time, then you can choose something different. So if you need some help with this, I did create a way to expose your shadow rep. It's a free tool. I'll link it below. Once you start to hear these things, you can't unhear them.